at dawn with open hands. No map but faith beneath our feet. Cold roads humming ancient songs. Every mile taught us how to breathe. Small towns woke with gentle eyes. Porches glowing, doors held wide. We carried nothing but our steps and found ourselves along the ride. We thought we came to show the way, to offer words, to heal, to give. But every face along the road showed us another way to live. So we walk a new life into being, one step slow, one heart awake. We lay our worries on the roadside and let compassion lead the way. Every mile is still within us. Every kindness left its mark. We didn't walk to change the world. We learned to change the heart. Yeah. Snow on boots and frozen hands. Feel stretched, quiet, wide and still. Kindness came without a name. A shared meal, a climb uphill. Lawmen waved us safely through. Children laughed and walked a while. And borrowed warmth and borrowed time. We felt like family every mile. We stopped chasing who to blame, or who was right, or who was wrong. Peace grew in the space between, a listening ear, a moment long. So we walk a new life into being, one step slow, one heart awake. We lay our worries on the roadside and let compassion lead the way. Every mile is still within us. Every kindness left its mark. We didn't walk to change the world. We learned to change the heart. Maybe peace was never distant, never waiting somewhere far. It was hiding in the footsteps of who we already are. So we walk this life together now. Not ahead, not left behind. Every breath a quiet promise. Every step a softer mind. If you ask us what we learned out there on frozen roads and open plains. Love walks slow, listens deep, and always comes back home again. So we walk. Welcome to Sister Stargazers, my friends. I'm here. And that was a song by Sai Long, A Life We Learned to Walk. And it's available on YouTube. And folks asked me last week or 2 weeks ago about that particular artist. And you can find their work on YouTube. S-Y and then L-O-N-G is the last name. And this is work that he's been doing to celebrate the walk of the monks for peace. So we've got some good astrology coming up, my fellow stargazers, and I just want to get right into it. It's for the 2 weeks, Monday the 2nd of February 2026 through the 15th, Sunday the 15th of February 2026. And this is potent astrology, as I'm sure you are all aware. We're into a period of time that is the part of what's called an eclipse season, where things can feel more unpredictable than normal, and that may be the watchword for the month of February. because we have an annular solar eclipse coming up on the 17th. And this particular full moon that we had on the weekend was in Leo, and that may portend. So I just want you to kind of take a marker on that full moon, because it was happening across the axis of the sky of Leo Aquarius, where the nodes, so the nodes of the moon are constantly moving, and they move signs every 18 months. And they will be changing sign from Pisces Virgo into Leo Aquarius in July. So this particular full moon might have activated a house, wherever Leo is in your chart, that is asking you, it's kind of a portend, it's asking you to, heads up, your antenna might be up about a particular experience of life where you might be called to be more present, and it could concern any number of things, and but it's always good to check your natal chart to see where Leo is, what house it occupies, and that will give you a flavor or a clue to what may be coming up in the summer and when those nodes change signs. We also have some changing of planetary, let's see. Yeah, we just had Neptune changing sign, which was a huge deal. Neptune went from Pisces into Aries last week. Yeah, and so momentous. Neptune will not be in Pisces for another 164 years. So it's we have this can be once in a lifetime. This is once in a lifetime astrology, with Neptune moving into Aries on the Aries point, and soon to be followed later with Saturn moving into that area, and then they both join up. Yeah, on the 13th of February, Saturn moves into Aries, and then on the 20th, they both conjunct. So that's another reason why February is a little volatile, because these major outer planets are moving into a new part of space, as we see from Earth, and Saturn hasn't been in that part of the sky for about 28 to 30 years. So you might go back and see 30 years ago, if you were on the planet, you might go back and see where Saturn, what part of your life was being asked for more discipline, more focus, more effort. And that is also where Saturn is asking us today, or coming up, to be more disciplined, more focused, and to put forth more effort. So I'll talk about the eclipse when we get there. That's 2 weeks from now. But we are well into this eclipse season. So things are shifting, changing, and there are other parts of what's going on this coming week. And actually, today is celebrated, the Groundhog Day, and it really goes back to a tradition that is related to astrology in Germany and was brought to America by the Pennsylvania Dutch, but it's lost its astrological connection, right? It's actually the midpoint, so the actual midpoint of the seasons, halfway between the winter solstice in December and the vernal equinox in March, the beginning of spring, is this halfway point called, in the Celtic tradition, called Imbolc, which means in the belly of, or in the milk, in the belly of. And it was related to this mid-season when the sun reaches 15 degrees Aquarius. It's a cross-quarter day. It's what's called a cross-quarter day. And our date this year, when the sun reaches 15 degrees Aquarius, is February 4th. So that is the traditional Imbolc. That's the correct February 4th, 15 degrees Aquarius. The sun is at 15 degrees Aquarius. Now, why is this important? It's because we're halfway. It's a marker. We're halfway between the winter beginning and the spring coming. So you might be noticing more light. It's not as dark at the end of the day. At 5 o'clock, there's still a little light available. You might be noticing more light in the morning. You might be noticing more birds. This is a potent time to notice. So this Imbolc time can offer signs, symbols, glyphs of future insights into the coming weeks. So you might take some time on the 4th and just notice, is there a particular bird that you're noticing? Or is there a particular flower? Or is there a particular... Things will start to speak in symbols. It's a more of a highly charged time. It's considered a fire gate of the zodiac. So there's more available light. There's more available insight. And so this means if we're paying attention with our consciousness, there's more available to kind of pick up on. So there might be words or phrases or just things that you start to notice that are synchronistic. They repeat for no reason. You listen to one radio show, you turn on one YouTube channel and they're saying the same thing, or you pick up a book randomly and there's a passage about the same thing, or you are on the bus and somebody's talking about the same thing. When those things happen, you want to notice, you want to pay attention. So I'm carrying on here. So Mars has pulled away from Pluto, which is a good thing because it was very volatile. And Neptune has crossed the line into Aries, so clues abound. There are clues everywhere. The highlight of the week is this Imbolc, the second, February 4th, where the moon is making a sextile to Jupiter and a trine to Uranus. So there are things to watch for. Watch for the signs. As we continue on, I'm going to have to abbreviate because there is a lot going on, but I want to give you the high points. The weekend of the 7th, 8th, the moon is in a quincunx to Neptune. So the moon is in Scorpio, very deep feeling, but it's hard to put your fingers on the feelings. It's a fog, it's a bit of a foggy, there's a bit of a fogginess. And the moon will also make a trine to Mercury, which has moved into Pisces. But it will also make a square to Pluto, which makes it much deeper to get at the truth of the matter. So the weekend of the 7th, 8th, there's just a kind of a cautionary note because there are deep feelings that could be evident or that might come up, but there's a bit of a fogginess or an indistinctness about trying to grapple with them. However, in trying to identify these feelings or give them names or just kind of riding with it, you might also go deeper into some truths that can be revealed, either through conversation or even through working with your own sense of inner dialogue through journaling or even dreams. On Sunday the 8th, Venus is squaring Uranus. So this could be the start of something or a culmination point where there's an exciting idea, person, or thing that appears, and it creates a bit of tension and unpredictability. So Venus is in Aquarius, and of course Uranus is in Taurus. Now, let's see, there is also a thing going on where Taurus is moving direct. Yeah, so during the week of the first week in February 3rd to be exact, Uranus is stationing direct. So that means that it's going to be leaving Taurus soon. With this change of sign, it's going to be moving into Gemini. There's a sense of really checking in on what we value. What is it that we really truly value in our lives? And is it material? Is it spiritual? Is it emotional? There's a whole check-in right now. And not that hasn't been going on before, but because Uranus is moving towards the anorectic degree, the 29th degree, it's at the very end of Taurus, and it's making that square on Sunday the 8th to Venus. So there might be a sense that it's a little bit, it's crunch time, like what do we truly value? And that can come down from, macro level, like looking at the, world, on the world stage, on the country stage, on the, USA or national stage, on the civic stage, county stage, on the local stage. So there's a bit of, there's a bit of instability going on. There's a bit of that kind of looking that kind of meta level, looking, macro, and then looking more micro or personal. On the 9th, there's a 3/4 moon. So the moon is in Scorpio, again making a fixed square to the sun. So these fixed squares, Venus, Uranus, this sense of unpredictability or checking in on our values. And then the moon on the 9th, the 3rd quarter, checking in on our sense of deep feeling and our sense of collective values. Sun in Aquarius, moon in Scorpio. So deep feeling, inner values, inner feelings, contrasted and in tension with the collective. So the astrology is really saying, is the personal the collective? Is the personal the political? Is the personal, it does come down to what you truly feel inside. And that's partly why I've been fascinated and so interested in the work of the Walk for Peace, because there's in outer, in the outer look of it, there's nothing that the monks are doing. They're just walking. But when you see the reactions of people in the crowds that meet them, it's so heart-opening. They're doing something very simple. They're walking, holding peace in their hearts. And as they meet people, it gives them a sense of hope. And that's a nice segue into what I also wanted to talk about, which was the dwarf planet Varda and the dwarf planet Varuna. They're two very different energies, but the dwarf planet Varuna was conjunct this full moon in Leo, which was on the 1st of February, kind of setting the stage for the month. And Varuna is about our sense of mastery. And in Leo, it speaks to the mastery of the self or mastery of self-expression. And with the moon there opposing the sun, there's a sense that can you bring forward the thing that you're good at, the thing that you're mastered, that you've mastered or that you're working at? Can you bring that forward? Because that's what the collective needs right now. There's a sense of the moon in Leo conjunct Varuna offering us an opportunity to bring forth our mastery, to practice that, and to offer that into the world. Varda is a dwarf planet, and she's completely different. She's got a completely different energy. And I'm going to read a little bit from what Alan Clay at the Dwarf Planet University says about Varda. And she is the elf queen from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, right? Varda I'm quoting Alan, Varda is the interactive struggle we have with our opponents or with the dark forces in the world, which we win by being inspiring and hopeful and by creating light in the dark times and places. The planet is named after the Queen of the Elves in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. She is the kindler of the light of the stars. So where can we be? Where can we be? And she right now, dwarf planet Varda, is at 0 degrees Capricorn. So where can you be? Where is your 0 degrees Capricorn? And where can you be the kindler of the light of the stars? And I'm gonna read from Alan's work again. In the saga, Varda is a crucial element for the defeat of evil and the prevalence of good. She inspired her people with light and hope when the Dark Lord took over Middle Earth, and she led the elves away from danger through a transition to a new, safer home. So at top level, she gives us the ability to inspire others and lead them through a transition to a new state of being. But at the unconscious level, we might be living in a rich fantasy world which has little contact with reality. So Varda right now is square Neptune, and that's the downfall. You know, that we might be living in a rich fantasy world which has little contact with reality. But if we can lift up a little bit, you know, and see the light and really cultivate and kindle the light within ourselves and with others, there's hope. So I just want to offer that to you out there, in all my listeners, all the listeners everywhere, whether you're listening now or in the future, that this is the time, and this isn't just this month, because Varda is kind of drilling down right now at 0 degrees Capricorn for a while, and is making that square to Neptune for a while. I haven't plotted it out yet for how long, but Neptune is going to be at 0 degrees for the bit of this spring season, you know, till we get a little further ahead. It's really, it may be a challenge to cultivate your light, to hold your light, but it's absolutely what is required right now. So just to kind of keep going here, yeah, and offer a little bit more of a uplifting for the next week. So Tuesday the 10th, we've got a third quarter moon on the 9th, which is fixed. It's the moon in Scorpio, so coming off of that weekend of the 7th, 8th, where there's a little bit of digging and a little bit of fog, we've got that third quarter moon, sun in Aquarius, moon in a fixed sign, water sign, Scorpio. So it is, again, this third quarter moon is off on the way to the new moon eclipse, is offering us a check-in time, and hold yourself lightly. Like, this fixed emotion and fixed mental air are not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to hold a fixed position at this time. There's going to be a sense of tension, a sense of choice that is pretty obvious. On Tuesday the 10th, Venus moves into Pisces, where she's exalted. So this gives us, again, a sense of inspiration. On Wednesday the 11th, the moon moves into Sagittarius, lighter movement, higher mind, adventurous. And then on Thursday the 12th, we've got Mars in a quincunx to Jupiter. So this is a caution on the 12th, and we are coming up to within a week of the eclipse at that point. So, and Mars takes about a week to move through its aspects. So we have this caution to avoid conflict. And again, the moon is making a square to Neptune, so the emotions are not clear, and But there's a quincunx. Mars is quincunx to Jupiter. So this is saying, you want to move forward. You want to maybe lash out. You want to make a statement. You want to get it, argue, and you want to make a big deal about it, but the timing is wrong. The reception is wrong. The delivery is wrong. Everything about it it needs adjustment. So there is a caution here on the 12th, between the 12th and the new moon on the 17th, to be careful with your action and your thoughts, and with putting those out there or expressing those in a way that's confrontational. On the 13th of February, we have Saturn moving into Aries, and this is also a big deal. Only happens once every 29 years, and then Saturn is making a square to Varda at 0 degrees of Capricorn. So Saturn is the taskmaster, and he might be saying, how much hope can you really hold, because I am the Lord and sovereign of, reality. But is he really, So that's a bit of what's going on before we get to the eclipse and we get to Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. And I will leave you guys there and end with another tune called, One Breath, One Step, also by Sai Long. And thank you for listening, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll post the show over on the Facebook page, and it's available on as a podcast as well. All right, take care, everybody. Hold the light. Be safe, be well, and hold the peace. All right, bye for now.
One world, we walk for peace. Let love be heard. One breath, one step. One heart, one world. We walk for peace. Let love be heard. Walk with peace. Breathe with love. Step by step. Step by step.